Finally back after quite a while, and no, I've not been missing or demotivated. I got my laptop back this morning and I thought it was perfect timing to show you guys some love ahead of Valentine's Day for our game against Leeds United. So the game is at the Emirates and it will be a 4:30 kickoff here in the UK. So if you are intending to spend Valentine's Day, just do it. Arsenal, as usual, will disappoint, so it's not worth it. But if you do get to watch the game, let's go over some interesting insight and stats before the game itself. So in all competitions, Arsenal are unbeaten in the last 8 games against Leeds United. So we've won 6 and drew 2. And the last defeat has come in May 2003. So hopefully we don't see another repeat of May 2003. This will be Leeds' 4th visit to the Emirates to face Arsenal, with the previous 3 all coming in FA Cup in 2011. So 1-1 draw, and 2012 it was a defeat, and 2020 a defeat. I believe that's to Leeds. Well, it must be, because the stat ahead on there is clearly telling me we've won, so yeah, it must mean a 1-0 win for us. Google, make me understand your stats, man. Moving on. Leeds have failed to score in both games against Arsenal under Bielsa. So they lost one under him and they drew. And I believe that game they lost was in the FA Cup back in 2019, where Reece Nelson scored a crappy goal and we just about beat him 1-0. And then obviously we drew at Ellen Road this season, where Nicolas Pepe was unfortunately sent off. And speaking on that little incident there was some interesting quotes by a certain someone, a certain pagan in Arsenal's best mate, Alioski. What are these guys doing, mate? Go away. Don't want to see Leeds United fans. Get off my screen. So this is a little... Yeah, I want you to review this, guys. Please review this. So this is according to Bamford, and he released it to Leeds United podcast. He said, do you know what he said in the change room the other day? By the way, he's referring to Alioski, Granit Xhaka's best mate. There he is. So Leeds travel down to the capital, sitting a place above them in the Premier League this weekend, and Patrick Bamford has revealed Alioski's mischievous take ahead of the match. Now hear this utter disrespect. Do you know what he said in the change room the other day? Bamford told official Leeds. He said, I can't wait for Sunday. I was like, why? He was like, I'm playing against my mate Pepe again. I was like, no way. And that was a conversation between Bamford and Alioski. And that's disrespectful. And if I'm if I'm Pepe, I'm knocking on Arteta's door. You are playing me and I'm gonna destroy him. Yeah, Alioski Sunday dead. If Granit Xhaka tries to back it, dead. Yeah, nah, that's beef talk. Not having that. Sorry, Pepe, you need to destroy him. And Arteta, you are a massive fraud if you do not allow Pepe to play and destroy him. That's now gone personal. And if I'm Nicolas Pepe, this is the perfect platform to redeem myself with everything. But before we look into the team lineup ahead of the game, I want to just review the table, because it's been a while since I've managed to review it with you guys. And let's see where we are. Let's see if we've made some progress. Last time, I believe, when I was doing these videos, we were slowly moving up the table. We had that draw against United, and then things since then haven't looked really great. Losing against Wolves, lost against Villa again. So as you can sort of see in the table, we are sat 11th, but we have played a game extra above Southampton and Leeds around us. So if Leeds United win, that puts them up as 34 points and pushing the gap to 5 points, and we really can't have that. Leeds United have just been promoted. And if you were to look at Southampton, if they were to win the next game, that puts them on 32 points above us. So it's absolutely critical. We have to win this game. And we've been saying this so far all along this season. And it's just becoming a thing now that is any game really critical, because every time I hear a must win, a must win, a must win, and when we do lose, there's no backlash, no one says nothing, everyone's quite content with it. So why is it exactly a must win? If I had the opportunity to win the game on Thursday against Benfica or beat Leeds United, I'm obviously going to say let's beat Benfica. I have said from earlier on in the season, top 4 is over. I don't believe in top 4. I just don't think it's possible. At best 6, maybe 6 at best. But it's very depressing to sort of see that. Yeah, draw, loss. And we've actually had more losses than wins so far this season. But hey, let's continue trusting the process and smiling, yeah? But let's look at the lineup anyway ahead of the game, and this will be the lineup I want to see Mikel Arteta play. And I've had to think long and hard, because we do have that all important game against Benfica on Thursday, and I would love us to see, if I had the opportunity this season, you ask me, you finish mid-table in the league or you win the Europa, I would definitely choose winning the Europa. It's been so long that we won a European competition, that long, and I think just for once, let's just do it. And I think it's this massive hoodoo over our shoulders that we need to just get over, and I think winning the Europa might help us remove that mental block of trying to win any European titles like the Champions League. We always stutter every time we went, we progressed really far, and we've just sort of regressed. We could barely qualify the group stages, and now we're in Europa League. And for me, we just need to actually win a European title of some sort. And I think the Europa League this season is a possibility. I wouldn't say we're favourites, but I would put my eggs in that basket if I had the opportunity between the league and the Europa. But that's enough of me on Thursday's game. Of course I will do a preview video for that, so long as my laptop allows me to, and hopefully there aren't any issues with it. But in terms of goal, Bernd Leno. Now I was struggling here, because even though I deemed the Europa game more important, and I was thinking, does that mean Matt Ryan should play this game and we save Leno for that game? No, because I think Leno coming back from his suspension, I want to sort of see him play and hopefully bring his confidence up. It was a stupid mistake he made against Wolves, and I think, we need to sort of see Leno get some momentum ahead of that Thursday game. So I'm going to go with Bernd Leno. Moving on, right back, I've got Cedric, and you're probably thinking, hold up, why is Cedric as a right back and Bellerina as a left back? Because Arteta recently has deployed Cedric as a left back and Bellerina as a right back. But if I'm honest with you, Bellerina doesn't cross. So what's the point of having him on the right? What does he do? He barely leaves that halfway line, and if he does, he cuts in. He plays as a central midfielder. So why do we have Bellerina on our right hand side? It makes much more sense to bring in your attacking fullback in his natural position, to allow him to constantly attack, go up and down and attack. Because this man here is either going to go here, halfway line, or if he does, he's going to cut in. He never crosses anyway, so it's not as if he's utilising his right foot. So it makes sense. Play Cedric on the right, give him enough opportunity to cross the ball in from the right hand side. So I'd go with Cedric on that right hand side and Bellerina on that left hand side, and that's because Kieran Tierney, we've heard from team news, won't be fit ahead of the game. So hopefully, I'm not sure whether the physios are looking to see if he's fit for the Thursday's game, and if that is the case, then fair enough, let's not risk him. He's a very key player to us anyway. As the centre back roles, David Luiz is back. I thought his sending off was very, 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 very harsh, and the referee in this country really, really need to review the rules and the staffs, because it's just appalling. And it's not just for Arsenal, by the way. Many, many, many clubs have it. You know, it's just poor officiating overall in the Premier League. I've got Gabriel, for me, our best centre back, and yeah, it's about time he gets into the team. And yes, he's slowly getting into game fitness, and hopefully now we might see the best of Gabriel, that Gabriel we saw in the first 3 months when he joined us. In terms of midfield, I've gone with Shaq and Ceballos, and I'm serious. If you are there chatting to Alioski before the game, I'm gonna be so mad. I don't believe you're fit enough to wear the shirt. Yes, recently you've been looking good, but this is my thing with Granit Xhaka. He's, you know, one day decent, bad game, good game, bad game, good game, bad, 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 good, good, good. You just don't know what you get with him. He's not consistent enough, and for me, not the player for us long term. So I would love to sell him come summer. These few decent forms has not really impressed me. I know the Granit Xhaka and what he gets up to, per usual, you know, dips out of form for long periods in a season and goes back to being Granit Xhaka that we all know. So Granit Xhaka and Ceballos plays for me, and that's because Thomas Partey is not fit enough, and I don't really trust Mohamed El Nene, especially against Leeds United. But then again, Granit Xhaka needs to have a great game because he's too slow, and Leeds United will completely hound you out. But yeah, and if I'm the other players, I might have a word with him. I get Alioski's your mate. Whatever you want to do outside the pitch, by all means, go to his place, you know, for a barbecue. By the way, post-COVID, do what you want. Yeah, you know, have a video call him, say, Alioski, how's it going? Yeah, meet up, do what you need to do. I get he's your mate, but on that pitch, he's your enemy. And when he's talking smack about your teammate, he is your enemy. So no handshaking, no laughing, no arms round him, none of that. Yeah, so Granit Xhaka, best behaviour. And if I'm serious, if I'm the manager and if I see him just smiling at Alioski, subbed off, because you're not in the game no more. You're, you know, hey mates, no, I'm not about that life. Xhaka, either be professional come Sunday or don't bother playing. Ceballos plays for me because, as I mentioned, Partey's not fit and El Nene's not there. I am going to play Emil Smith-Rowe, and I'd only give him the first half and then play maybe Odegaard the second half, and that's because I've always maintained Emil Smith-Rowe should always be our starter as a number 10 than Odegaard, because he is here on loan, and I think maybe by playing Odegaard on that Benfica game, it might actually be better for us. And for me, Odegaard has looked quite impressive in that game, the last game against Villa, and I thought, you know what, we've got a decent player here, so let's sort of see what else he could do. But as I said, Emil Smith-Rowe still has to be our main starter. Moving to the front three, let's start off with Nicolas Pepe. He's been on decent form. Yes, wasn't playing that well against Aston Villa, but you can't take him out after what he's been doing before that game. You know, it's not fair. What kind of message does it send that guys like Willian, Bellerina, Xhaka can have countless bad games and then still stay in the game? And still stay in the team, whereas Pepe can have a few good games, one bad game, out of the team. Arteta can't be showing his favouritism, and if he does, it's going to show it's going to end his managerial career really early. So he needs to play Pepe, and I want to see Pepe destroy Alioski. After those comments, destroy him. But moving on, I've got Saka. I don't need to say anything. But Bukayo Saka walks into any team right now in the league, no cap, I'm serious. For me, along with Foden, right now the best talent in the league. And next to him we have a player that's equally as talented, but unfortunately due to injuries he's not been able to illustrate that. And I think it's about time Martinelli starts. I feel so gutted that this kid has been deprived of games because Arteta believes Willian should play ahead of him. No. We need to see Martinelli back. And I think many people are forgetting how great this kid is. Remember when Oba had that suspension after that reckless challenge at Crystal Palace last season, and Martinelli had to come into the team, and he scored 2 goals in those 3 games, and he got an assist. For me, this guy is our future striker, and I want to see him long term as our striker, then our left wing. And as much as I love Balogun and I want Balogun to stay, I've always said Martinelli is our future striker, and if I had the opportunity to lose either Balogun or Martinelli, that's an easy decision. I'd keep Martinelli all day long. He's our best striker, our future striker. And if I'm honest with you, in terms of goal scoring and being prolific, he's, let's be honest, better than Laka. If you're looking at, minutes per goals, I'm sure he's smashing Laka in that department. So Martinelli has to play for me as our striker. But no doubt Arteta will probably go with Laka. I won't be surprised if we'll see Oba on the left hand side. In terms of key players, Leeds United are a great team and coached by a great manager. However, they do sort of open up gaps at the back, and we in particular need to be watching out for Rafinha, who's been on fine form, and we need to close him out, and the likes of Calvin Phillips. But then you've got all sorts coming at you. You've got guys like Dallas who can pop in with goals, Alioski who makes us run from the fullback position. So we need to be on our games, and for once I won't mind seeing David Luiz and Gabriel defend deep in from a half. In terms of score predictions, I'm not confident. I'm really not confident. I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with 1-1, and for whatever reason in my head something's telling me 1-1. I want to believe we're going to win. My heart's saying an Arsenal win, but my head is telling me otherwise. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. So anyways, that's my prediction. That's my lineup. Please let me know what your predictions will be and what your lineup will be. Until next time, take care guys.